Oh, baby, please don't do this to me. This actually isn't where I wanted to fish, but I'll take some cast up in here. But I see snook in here a lot. Something right in the walls there. Oh, there he is. Sorry. Oh, he's up in that dock. He's up in the dock. He's on the other side of the dock. I gotta go loose on him.
What do you want me to do?
Okay, so we got a snook up in the dock, but I kind of had to open the bail on him. Yeah, I'm just opening the bail. I'm free spooling because he's around this dock piling. He's on the other side of the dock. Dang. Dang. It's really shallow here. I might just jump out. What do I have in my pocket? My wallet and car keys.
He's over in the middle.
He's in the middle right now?
Well, he's like between the other two docks on that side.
He's not, I don't think he's humongous, but I don't want to break off, one, the lure that I threw 3 casts with and hooked up. I'm just
Literally
keeping tension on my index finger.
Where is it?
Well, my boots are going to fill up with water, but I don't feel like stepping on something in here.
Where is it wrapped under?
Oh, he is through to that side over there.
He's what?
He's over here.
Yeah, oh, that's what I was saying. Sorry.
Can we squeeze through this dock if we put the rods down? Probably not, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Oh, and he's in.
Oh, there's something right here to step on already. Oh my gosh. Keep going out. He's a big snook.
Is he really? Got it, I got it. Don't worry.
You can put the camera down for a second if you need to describe. We had no right of landing this fish right here. He is a tank. And Zeke had to go around the other side of the dock. Let me give you the trolling motor remote. That was the biggest cluster of my entire life right there. Landing this fish. We're gonna unhook him. Oh, he's a brute, dude. Straight up brute. He's not nearly as big. I mean, he's much bigger than I thought he was when I first hooked him. Like, I thought I had like a 20-inch snook. And then it was very clear, very fast. Like, alright, this fish is trying to ring me into the pilings. The hook was so solidly in there. So thankful about that. It is corner pocketed. I'll walk up to you in a second. Oh, baby, please don't do this to me. Oh. This thing is a tank. He's a tank.
Just the size of his head.
Yeah, I didn't even pull him out of the body. He's short and stocky though.
You want pliers?
Yeah. Ready for him?
Yeah.
That was the biggest cluster ever to land a fish right there. and he is a tank. I don't know if I've ever seen such a short and stocky fish. Like, look how thick across the back he is. Look how fat and tall he is, but he's only like 33 inches long probably. This is freaking epic. We had to, I don't know if I've ever had to fight so hard to land a snook right there. And there's about like 10, I don't know, not 10 minutes, but 5 minutes of video that you didn't see where basically we got to a point where I was on one side of the dock, Zeke was on the other, and we're like, okay, crap, how do we do this? Like, how do we film? And so Zeke had to just put the camera down and drive to the other side of the dock. Look at that hoss. All right, we're gonna take some photos. But this is like perfect. This is what you wanna do with big fish. You don't wanna take them out of the water, you just wanna chill with them. Frick yes, dude. Yes, yes, yes. We haven't even filmed an intro yet or anything. That was my third cast of the morning. Look at that mouth on that beast right there. All right, let's take some photos. All right, we snapped a few pics of thick baby here. Dude, look at how thick this fish is. That's what I'm truly impressed with. This fish is only like 33 inches long, 34 inches long, but it's literally like 10 inches across the back. Like, look at my hand across this thing's back. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and my back like just goes right across its back. My back, my hand.
He's got some broad shoulders on him.
Look at that freaking tank, dude. We want to make sure this baby kicks off real well because that was such an epic fight. I wish we would have seen it. I don't even have a GoPro on yet or a chest camera because it's so dark out. And I was like underneath this dock and the thing was making 30-yard runs one after another. Normally what I like to do with fish, especially big ones, is I'll hold them until they really just kick off out of my hands. Like really just like they're like, get away from me, and they shoot off. He's getting there. You see that, how his tail's wiggling? I'm not even doing that. That's just him kicking. Get out of here, you little rascal. Wow, what a moment right there. I'm sure we woke up everybody's house that we're next to, but that was freaking, whew, we worked to keep that fish on. Zeke, thank you for your cooperation on that. That was definitely a two-man job where I just leaped out of my boat and was like, Zeke, take the boat, I'm going for it. Okay. All right, back in action. I've completely retied my leader entirely just because that fish went through so many dock pilings. And what's funny is I really didn't see a ton of visible scratch marks on it because I played him so lightly and opened up my bail and was leaping around in the water after him. So he didn't fray up all that much, but I would hate to hook another big fish this morning and break off because I was too lazy to take a minute and a half to retie a new leader. So, wow. What a start to a morning. I don't even really know what to say. That was just like the most unreal moment ever. Is like we heard him eat up against the wall and I pitched in there and oh my gosh, Zeke and I were just playing it back. I love that gunshot noise that snook make when they eat, and their gill plates close really sharply, like really hard. Their gill plates close and the water projects out of their mouth when they're closing their mouth like this, and it makes like, it sounds like someone's shooting a 20 gauge into the water, just a like that when snook eat. It is the most beautiful sound a fish can make. So rig back up, let's see if we can get another one. Are you recording? All right, well Zeke was, I asked him if he could clean the, oh my gosh, I asked him if he could clean the camera off for me because there's water on it from that snook, and I literally took one cast and that cuda came up and ate. I think something's on it, something's on it, something's on it. Something's behind it. Snook's behind it, snook's behind it. Oh, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Did he spook? Oh my gosh. That was a snook right behind it.
You saw his back.
Yeah, you saw that? It's a telltale sign, an easy sign when a snook's following you. They'll, like no other fish I've ever seen, they'll fin and their back will almost come out of their water and their tail fin will kick right behind it. That wasn't a huge one, but he was probably a good mid-20s, if not maybe 30-incher, and he was just tailing right behind it. And when you get a big one doing that, it is one of the most terrifying things ever because it looks like someone shot like a slow motion torpedo at your fish, or at your lure. So yesterday morning, I came out and was fishing and kind of had a weird moment where I almost basically stopped fishing and was really just like observing snook. And I was seeing a ton of them and I threw a little bit at them, but they weren't eating anything I was throwing. And I just kind of had a moment where I sat there and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here and see what I can learn about these fish and just sit here and watch them and kind of observe what they're doing. And then this morning, came back out with Zeke and I knew, okay, I know where these fish are gonna be. I know which direction they should be facing. So let's see if we can put what I learned yesterday into practice. And already whacked a big one. We're seeing if we can maybe double up and get another big one here. But some days you just gotta come out and just really, even if you're not catching fish, you might learn more than the days you do catch fish. Maybe they're not targeted. What the hell is this? What are we doing with it? I think I saw the boat right there. Might have been actually stuck.
That was such a slow, delayed.
Oh, there's a whole school of something right here. Actually, now I look at it. Oh, okay. Oh, these might be.
What is that?
Bluefish. Okay. That's what I kind of thought. I was sitting there like, Zeke, would you like to catch a bluefish? Zeke never caught one. We might have to let Zeke catch a bluefish here because there's a whole school of them. All right, cool. We're switching. One just tried to eat your knot on your leader. What the heck? Some of these are tiny, dude. Keep going, keep it going.
Holy cow.
Some of these are microscopic.
They're such awful predators.
He said they're awful predators. Work it pretty quick. They like things moving quick. You need one that's not 12 inches long. Like, they're coming up and biting his line. What is this, dude? You get him? You got him? You got him? This is insane. This is like the strangest thing ever. They're trying to... How are they not getting hooked? How is this possible? I'm gonna pick up the fly rod.
Oh my.
So, we're trying to figure out what's going on. I caught a bluefish on the top water, but this is mainly what's in there. And now I'm telling you what, one of the dirtiest fish in the world. They will destroy your boat. But two, talk about an absolute giant snook candy right there. He's going in the live well, and he might catch us a 40-pound snook. I have like ladyfish juice in my eyes. Second fish, no, I guess we caught that cuda, a little snook on a twitch bait here. Things just slow down a little bit, but we're just kind of throwing some artificials along docks, trying to see if we can stay tight. Not a big one, but man, is he a healthy looking little fish right here. Okay, sick. A bit of a contrast from the one that we caught this morning. It's crazy just how much those fish can vary, like in body size. They're similar to bass in that sense, you know, not even close to how bass can look like a freaking football, but you know, the snook I caught this morning, that's about as plump and round as they come, that big one I caught this morning, and that's like a little long skinny one. So it's cool just seeing the difference in body type and size that they can get. But it has been a wonderful, wonderful morning. All right, so we made a bit of a move here. Tide's kind of shifting around, so I want to do something a little different. We're actually fishing up on a nice flat, like a big grass flat here, so we have a chance to catch some trout, snook, even some redfish occasionally. You never know what's going to be up here. I've seen big jack, and also I've seen a lot of crippled tails, so our options are wide open. Already had an awesome morning, and now everything else is just bonus, man. So we're trying to see if we can catch some variety and maybe some more big fish, but it has been an awesome day so far. Oh gosh, see that? It hit me too, but I just didn't hook it. Oh, there it is. A snook.
What?
Little snook, little snook. Good Lord. All right, well, at least our move finally turned out into a fish.
That's awesome.
Basically, the exact opposite of what you want to happen is happening, where you want your fish to get bigger as the day goes out, and it seems like we started with our big one and we're only getting smaller here. A little micro snook right there. Oh, what a funny little fish. There it is. Little snook. Little snook. Another little dinky snook, but it was pretty cool. Just all of a sudden out of nowhere, the sun kind of got covered up by a big cloud and a feeding frenzy just went off of these little snook. They were jumping everywhere, and even saw a tarpon jump out of the water. It was just like all of a sudden for a minute it was on, and just everything was getting busted and blown out of the water, and then it turned off the second the sun came out. But then once the sun came out, I hooked up with a fish. So maybe we can hook a few more. We have been all over the place today. It has been an incredible day. I got to catch a big snook this morning. Zeke here got to catch a very large one that we didn't film, but I'll show you the photo. There's still some things, surprisingly enough, that I won't give up. A little bit of fishing secrets here and there, but it has been an incredible day. We're getting ready, gonna hit 1 or 2 more spots and close out the day here and maybe get a few more fish. All right, we are done for the day. It is about 1 in the afternoon, and Zeke and I have been up since 5 a.m. and Zeke still has to go to work. So we gotta get in soon enough, grab some lunch. But I mean, today was just an amazing day. It was so awesome to be able to get back on a big snook on top water. It's been a minute since I've caught a big one on top water, to be honest. When I first started this channel and really first got deep into fishing, all I did was target big snook on top water, and I really have diversified myself, and I fish for a lot of different fish now, so I haven't been able to do that in a long time. This morning was absolutely epic. I mean, running through the docks and Zeke having to drive the boat around and find me. It was just probably one of the most hectic fights that I've ever had on a fish, to be honest. It was a great morning. Zeke got to catch himself a big snook as well. Can't get much better than this. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That is it. We're done. Until next time, see you guys.